Imagine you're sitting in the most prestigious, high-stakes university entrance exam in an ancient empire. You unroll your test paper, expecting grueling questions on statecraft or military strategy. Instead, you're asked to solve a convoluted math riddle about an old man drinking wine and picking peach blossoms, while the rest of the room panics and furiously tries to calculate the exact volume of wine consumed. One student just sighs, grabs his brush, and writes a single, violently simple sentence, slaying all the peach blossoms. By all traditional metrics, this completely ignores the math. It should be an instant failure. Instead, the elite examiners look at this aggressive, literal evasion of the problem and award it a top-tier A grade. This moment sets the tone for Evernight. It is a story built on the collision between the high-minded traditions of the elite and the blunt, survival-first logic of the frontier. The student who wrote that answer is Ke. He is the ultimate outsider, a gritty military kid raised in the harsh borderlands of Qinghai County. When he arrives in the capital to take this exam, he doesn't bring a massive entourage of tutors and guards like a typical scholar. He just brings his little maid, Sang, and a whole lot of nerve. This instantly puts him at odds with the wealthy nobles from Nanjing. Elites like Chu Yushen look at his oversized horse and rugged clothes and immediately write him off as an uneducated brute who has no business sitting in their prestigious academy. Rumors quickly start circulating through the exam hall that Ke didn't even earn his spot. The wealthy students whisper that he simply bought his exam qualification with 2,000 taels of silver and a few shady military connections. But Ke isn't here to play high society politics. He operates on pure survival instinct. In a dangerous world entirely dominated by privileged magical cultivators, he needs this academy spot to prove his actual worth and stay alive. This social dynamic frames the exam as a direct contest between those born to lead and a soldier who has fought just to be in the room. The Academy entrance exam is personally sanctioned by the Emperor of the Tang Dynasty to select the absolute brightest minds in the empire. To do that, the metrics they use are intentionally agonizing. This year, the dreaded second gentleman set the math question. It tells a highly poetic story about a master climbing Peach Mountain. Along the way, he alternates between cutting pounds of peach blossoms and drinking pots of fine wine. This chart illustrates the exact mathematical progression of the story. The master starts by cutting a pound of blossoms and drinking a full pot of wine. Then he cuts another pound, but only drinks half a pot. He repeats this pattern, cutting a pound, drinking half a pot, until his bag is empty. The final trap is sprung. The exam asks students to calculate the precise pounds of blossoms and pots of wine, extracting hard variables from a riddle. While the wording is beautifully elegant, it induces absolute panic among the traditional scholars. These are students who spent their entire lives relying on rote memorization, and now they're sweating over an algebra problem disguised as a poem. The whole setup is a deliberate trap. It's designed to paralyze literal thinkers in endless, complex calculations, subtly proving that the Academy secretly values abstract reasoning over textbook formulas. Ke's reaction to this meticulously crafted intellectual trap is pure annoyance. He leans back, tossing his brush, and regrets giving up on his last math class, realizing he has no idea how to solve it. So he abandons the literal math. Rather than leaving the scroll blank or trying to guess the numbers, he decides to fill the paper with cynical, abstract philosophical observations to get it over with. His first answer is a sweeping philosophical brush-off. He writes, "Fortune and misfortune have no gate, only people invite them." He playfully calls this his supreme response formula, a way of saying that overcomplicating things only invites trouble. Then he adds an aesthetic observation, noting that a rare touch of red in the desert will appear more vibrant and beautiful. When the other students catch wind of this, they scoff, dismissing his poetic rambling as absolute nonsense. While the other students are paralyzed by the math, Ke treats the exam like a battlefield obstacle. If you can't solve it, you bypass it. He is the only one in the room who refuses to play by the Academy's rules. Cut to the grading room, where the traditional, stuffy scholars are reviewing the submissions. They take one look at Ke's paper and immediately throw it out, labeling it the incoherent scribbles of a shameless scoundrel. Then comes the twist. 12 Master intercepts the discarded paper. He skips right past the philosophical musings and zeroes in on that single, violently simple answer, slaying all the peach blossoms. 12 Master realizes exactly what Ningque has done. Instead of counting the flowers, Ningque applied the logic of a border soldier. If an obstacle stands in your way, you don't calculate it, you eliminate it. Awarding an A grade in tree science for a one-line thread of violence upends the classic image of the polite, rule-following scholar. It proves that the Academy's highest levels aren't looking for math students. They're looking for someone who can cut through the noise. Ningque represents a highly refreshing character archetype. He is an unorthodox, cunning protagonist who weaponizes his gritty street smarts to expose the absurdities of the elite class. If you're tired of predictable heroes who always play nice, Evernight is a must-watch. It offers an unpredictable plot full of deeply satisfying underdog victories set against a vast, magical landscape. So if you were sitting in that dimly lit exam hall, staring down a convoluted riddle about wine and mountain flowers, how would you have answered it? Let me know your strategy in the comments below.